gonna go out there like a bunch of crazed dogs? We're hungry, Kevin.
Yeah, look, I can hear it in your voice. But real talk for a minute here, Cole.
Back in September, the Jets dominated their first matchup against the Bills. Can Buffalo avoid the sweep? Find out next on EA Sports.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Bills Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, here's Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Throwing on 1st down. Cobb. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tyreek Hill, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have it.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Big yardage that time for the Jets. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete to Corey Davis.
Let's go, baby. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd down, Cobb. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, the drive started the shadow of their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. On 1st and 10, Cobb. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Uncorks one for Davis. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. It's a big play that time by the Jets. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished.
So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking to throw on second down. Cobb, he'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fella's got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. On first down, Cobb. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. A.J. Epinesa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's the Jets punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He's
Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Off the play fake. Cobb. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and he's had a heck of a game so far, up over 100 yards receiving already. And it's not all been air yards as we saw right there. He's so good that when he gets space to maneuver, he can often turn it into a big play after the catch.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
Back now in Buffalo.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
All even as we get ready to start the 4th. On first down, Taylor. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
63 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. clock down to 2. We're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Looking to throw. Cobb. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw on second down. Cobb.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. The kick by Carlson is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Uncorks one for Davis. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for the Jets on third down.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jonathan Taylor, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 5 yards remain on second down. Again, it's Taylor. And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Taylor. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Jets,
They get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 overall.
and now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Buffalo,
They'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11.
and this is a team that has a few good pieces in place but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.
As dedicated fans of the NFL, my audience is sure to recognize the voice of our next guest, especially if you happen to be a Madden player where he's worked alongside